There is a super easy way that you can actually study and prep for English that is going to make writing English essays so much quicker and also improve the quality. It's going to transform your essay writing for English. I kid you not. And it's something that we call the T table. It's all about how you structure, categorize, and organize your study notes for HSC English. So the first step in creating a T table is to actually write a table. That's right, it's complex stuff. But how do you structure this table? Well, you're going to have a couple of columns in this table. The first column, which is what I'm going to share with you now, is going to be a T column. And that column is going to be for your theme or idea. So when you're analyzing a text, you're typically going through that text and you're looking for, the meaning within it, for what the composer was trying to communicate. What were the ideas that they were talking about? And so depending on, what language your teacher uses in school, you'll either be looking at themes, or ideas. Now, occasionally you might also look at characters and it might be a character-focused study. And so you could substitute out the theme or the idea for a character. But the point being is that in that first column, what you're going to do is you're going to write theme, idea, or character as your title. And then what you're going to do is, based on what your teacher has been sharing with you and based on your own understanding of the text, you're going to write down what all those key ideas, themes, or characters are. That's what happens in your first column in this table. So the second column in your T table, in this table, you're going to write examples as the title. As you're reading the text, watching the film, reading the poem, as you go through it, every time you find an example from the text that relates to that idea, theme, or character, you're going to write that example down in the table for that particular theme, idea, or character. Now, the point of this is that it's going to mean that as you've completed reading the text or watching the film, you're going to have a huge list of examples from the text that you can use that relate to that idea. And that's really important because most of the time when you actually go to write an essay, you're needing to identify examples from the text, right? You need at least 3 to 5 quotes or examples per paragraph. And so most of the time I find that students pick pretty crappy examples. Okay, the examples are the easiest ones that you can find last minute as you're flicking through the text. They're the same ones that most students use, so you don't really stand out, you don't really differentiate yourself. So this strategy is much more intentional. By going through it systematically, you've got a whole range of possible examples that you can use, which will mean that you can pick the best ones based on the question that you get. So the final column in your table, I want you to write analysis up the top. And so the point of this is that in this final column, what you're going to do is you're going to look at the idea or the theme or the character that you're focusing on. You're then going to go through all of the examples that you found throughout your text, and you might prioritize them to pick the best ones and focus on those first. Then in this table, in this column, what you're going to do is you're going to write your analysis. So that means you're going to identify, the technique that is being used by the composer of the text to say something, and then you're going to look at how that technique and the example say something interesting, insightful, and meaningful about the idea, theme, or character that you have in column 1. Now, the point of this is, as a table, what it gives you fundamentally is the core structure of what you're going to be required to do in an essay.